Good morning, everyone. My name is Sameeksha Shukla, and I am research scholar from Department of Psychology, University of Delhi, India. My presentation topic is the role of folk singing in promoting eco-conscious behavior. So, firstly, we have to move towards the folk songs in Indian cultural heritage. In India, almost every region has its own folk songs performed differently in each community and vary greatly as they are passed down from one region to another region. Through the folk song, people address their community issues, local difficulties, individual concerns, and also traditional. In Hindi, the word folk is cognate with the lok. According to the Siddhant comedy, which is the Sanskrit literary, uh, we use the lok darshan, which means to see. So therefore, the in India we use the lok traditions refers to the one who sees. So denoting the entire group of the person who engage in the act of seeing. So through the folk song, people get an opportunity to express those inner emotions which could not express in the society in explicit manner. Over the time, folk songs are the modified and tailored to address the contemporary concern. In response to the variation in context, the materials of the folklore are constructing and reconstructing. As a result, to consider songs in their context, determine how relevant they are to the people who perform and understand them. So I am majorly focusing on the folk song of the Uttar Pradesh. Hello. Okay. So basically, I am present.
Oh, you muted yourself.
Okay, so it's by accident. So basically, folk song of the Uttar Pradesh. So Uttar Pradesh is located in the India, in northern part of the India, which is very rich and diverse tradition of the folk songs that are the integral to its cultural identities. So virtually, the folk song of the Uttar Pradesh covering the entire life cycle from birth to death. The folk song of this state includes the large variety of the songs, which could be placed under the three broad categories. First is the seasonal songs, ceremonial songs, and occasional songs. So, in seasonal songs, which is the further divided into the three categories: early spring, middle spring, and rainy season. So, early spring in Hindi calendar we known as the Fagun month. It is the songs announce the festive advent of the spring, and also there is a festival seasons in early spring, which is known as a Holi, which is the color festival. And second is the middle spring, which the blossoming of the flowers is symbolically associated with the romance and fertility. And third one is the rainy season. In Hindi, we use the term Sawan. Uh, Here, the three types of the rainy season songs, which is known as the Kajri, Baramasa, Videshya. So the theme of the most songs related to the love and separation in the month of the rainy season. So quickly we move into the term eco-conscious behavior. So my topic is related to how these folk songs related to the rainy seasons affect the and promoting the eco-conscious behavior. So firstly, we have to understand the what is eco-conscious behavior. Eco-conscious behavior, which is defined as an actions decision made by the individuals that reflect an awareness of the environmental issues and commitment to reducing one's ecological footprint. So, this behavior is often motivated by the concern for the environment and desire to contribute to its preservation. In environmental conservation is a cultural notion that encompasses attitudes about the environment, including the benefits and limitations. So, a social group often determines how much of the environment must be exploited, as well as how much action must be taken to prevent misuse of the assets of the nature. So in uh, in this era, we can see like basically in Uttar Pradesh, we can see the nature of people work is changed. They are moving from agriculture to more like IT culture and all. So here there's a major literature I am reviewing. So first is the study by the Singh, the nature of the folk song of the Uttar Pradesh region and its importance of the human emotions, cultural life, and creating the sense of values. Next studies by Chauhan and Mishra study the Kajari folk song as a therapeutic tool for women to regulate their emotions, and thematic analysis done on the secondary data and result shows the major circumstances like the male migration, societal issues, second wives, and unpredictable natural forces, unsatisfied sexual urges, mental physical anguish were the major reason behind the emotional appeal. But my major focus is on the male migration. So next work is by the Publicover et al. 2017. So, which they explore the significance of the music in raise awareness about the environmental issues and inspire action. Researchers collect the data through non-probabilistic purposes sampling, and 14 interviews were taken of the those musicians who contributed to the playlist for the planet. So result shows the four major theme: artistic engagement, motivation and inspiration, challenge and advocacy, and collaboration and community. Overall, this study indicates effective use of the music as a medium to promote environmental education and action. So my major research question is, how do folk singing practices encourage individuals to adopt environmentally conscious behavior? And my major objective is explore how traditional folk song practices can be integrated with contemporary environmental movements to enhance public engagement and promote sustainability. So this study is qualitative, explanatory, and contextual in nature. Data collection is basically I selected text from some literature which is majorly focused on the Uttar Pradesh folk songs, and data analysis is analyzed through the inductive qualitative content analysis, and which is a research method for describing, interpreting textual material through the systematic process of coding. So I use the tool Atlas T. So these are the my results. So which I combine into the sub themes and major themes. So basically, my major theme is sense of freedom and unity, a way to express desire and pain, emotional stability through the singing, a sense for the environment connection, and vanishing identity of folk cult. So, what is the sense of freedom and unity through the folk song? So, through the seasonal folk songs in India, women symbolically express the sense of freedom, which is found in the open space, clean air, and natural environment. Women vocalize their desire against the patriarchy and also encouraging people to protect natural elements for the collective good. So the practice of folk song is not done in vacuum, rather it is collective way of expression which encourages the idea that environmental preservation is shared responsibility. When people feel united in a common cause, so they are the more likely to participate in eco-friendly activities, believing that their action contribute to a large meaningful movements. So second theme is the way to express desire and pain. So basically in India, the folk song, which is basically sing in the rainy seasons, women gather to sing and engage folk practices, express their sense of loneliness as their family member migrated to the urban place for employment. Through these songs, feeling of loneliness transferred into the desire to reconnect with the environment where the nature becomes a companion. Second, third one is the emotional stability through the singing. So we can see these folk songs are the powerful motivate like emotions are the powerful motivator for the behavior. So like including environmental action. So folk practices that express daily life often include the sustainable habits that have been passed down through the generation. By preserving and continuing these practices, communities maintain a close relationship with the environment, which encourage eco-conscious behavior. So basically, what is those sustainable habits? So in India, in the month of Chat, people like or come together and plant millets. So and also sing folk songs for those millets. Uh, so they like express their emotions towards the environment, their like rotation of the field and plugging those millets also, and which creates a sense for environment connection. How? Because seasonal changes often influence folk practices and songs, which can reflect and reinforce sustainable practice like a crop rotation, harvesting, or rituals tied to specific times of the year. Singing about these practices can keep them alive in cultural memory, encouraging eco-conscious behavior by reminding people of the natural rhythms and their dependence on the environment. Nature has historically been a source of inspiration for art, poetry, folk practices. When people draw inspiration from nature, they are more likely to develop a protective attitude towards it, and leading to behavior that are the mindful and environmental conservation and sustainability. Second, like last one is the vanishing identity of the folk culture. As I already expressed that people migrated from their village to urban area for like employment and all. So they like uh, are not very more indulge into the those folk practices, and especially those geographic and environmental features of region which shape the local folk practices and eco-conscious behavior. Like if people living near, like for example, if people living near rivers might develop water conservation practices, while those in arid regions may focus on the sustainable agriculture. So these regional features influence how people relate to their environment and develop eco-conscious behavior. Environmental stewardship can be a core part of the cultural identity. When people see their identity as a tie to land or natural resources, they are the more likely to engage in behaviors that protect and sustain the environment. This is often reflected in folk practices that celebrate and preserve the natural world. So, in conclusion, I will say through lyrics, themes, and even musical genres, artists can inspire listeners to become more environmentally conscious and engaged in sustainable practices. The present research holds significance in several aspects, like contributing to our understanding of both the natural world and human experiences. It sheds light on how societies perceive, adapt to, and shape their natural surroundings. By studying the impact of music on human attitudes towards the environment, researchers can contribute to develop of strategies for promoting ecological restoration and conservation effect. So these are my references, and thank you.